Hi there, we continue studying Excel to solve the questions. This question is different from previous two in this chapter. This one is testing population mean with the sample mean. So that's the z-test, one sample z-test rather than the proportion test. And in this question, we can have a couple values to remember here. One is 2.5, and the standard deviation of this population is 0.43, and then the alpha level 0.05. This 2.5, we just want to check the sample means different. Is the sample mean different with this 2.5, and 2.5 we treat as a population mean. And so the hypothesis test, we have null hypothesis is the sample mean equal to 2.5, and the alternative hypothesis is if this value different with 2.5. And let's take a look at the Excel file. So this is the mean value for the example salinity of kind shrimp. So we have sample, we just treat population mean 2.5, population standard deviation 0.43. We need to find the sample size, sample mean. I have this sample data here. So I just select this one, go down. So we just select this value and then copy this value. And this case we use the templates called one sample z-test with data. And this one, the first one is with no standard deviation. That's the case we already see. And the second page of this template is with unknown standard deviation. Let's take a look at this one. So this one is called with data. So you can see I already copy those data here. Just delete this one. We just try again. Okay. And so every time in using these templates, put the one sample data over first columns from very beginning, as the label will be on the first row. Try again. Copy. Paste here. So you can see immediately there's something value changes. This one is if you want to see the function here, it's just we want to count on this one how many data here. So in this case we have 57 data, and the sample mean value and the sample standard deviation are all calculated. And now we try to calculate this question is we need to insert several values. First is the population mean. We want to compare. This value is 2.5, and the population standard deviation, we get this value is 0.43. 0.43, and the alpha level is 0.05. And the same as before, we say the hypothesis, the null hypothesis is equal. And alternative hypothesis, HA, we use not equal. We just insert not equal. So this one is just help us, so once we have this not equal, help us to decide which p-value we will choose. So you can see the calculation is all done. We have the that test value is 1.817, and because this one is not equal, we select two-tailed probability value, p-value 0.06915, And let's take a look back to this one. We get solutions. So we get calculated solutions 1.82. That value 1.82. Very close to approximate with from our Excel result. And the p-value is also very close. The difference is just because this one is an approximation, and we get more accurate than that one. Let's take a look. We get a 1.817, approximately equal to 1.82. Another value we have here is confidence interval. 95% confidence interval we calculate is 2.49, and the higher boundary is 2.715. If we want two decimal values, is 2.72. And look at back to. So this is the confidence interval. As you see, this value is quite agreeing with our Excel outputs.